Well, welcome back to your Financial Corner with UHS Federal Credit Union. I'm your host, Steve Campbell. Today, we're going to look at the 5 things you can check before the end of the year to set yourself up for great success in 2021. Let's check it out. All right, so check number one. Let's check our 403B contributions. Are you getting the most from your employer match at UHS? You can go onto your portal and see if you are. But if not, can you afford to increase your contributions? Did you know in 2020 you could put up a maximum of $19,500 into your 403B? And if you're over the age of 50, you can add an additional $6,500. That's some real money that can grow tax deferred and offers you a tax savings. So maybe in this past year, you were able to save some money on your expenses or maybe even received a pay increase. This is a time to also look at, is it time to make some incremental contributions at this time? This will help you be better prepared heading into 2021 to take advantage of some real tax and retirement savings. Check number two, big one. You need to do this one. Please review the beneficiary designations on your 403B and make sure somebody is listed on there. Can't tell you how many times in working with retirement plan participants that they neglect this, they leave it alone, they signed up for a 403B years ago, never went back checking their beneficiaries. There's many things in retirement planning in the investment world that are beyond our control. We can't control the stock market, we can't control the economy, we can't control what happens in the world. But the one thing we can control is that our money goes to the people it needs to go to that depend on us financially. And the biggest thing that you can do that is make sure that you have a primary beneficiary listed on your 403B. Many times, if you're married, that's maybe your spouse or a significant other. Many times, your children may be listed as contingent, but there's still some planning that goes into that. So you want to make sure that you at least have somebody listed as your primary beneficiary. And this leads into another discussion that we want to make sure you have a pulse on. It may be a good time to review your estate plan or your lack of one. Many people, if you own a home or you have assets or children, you want to have a will established. Sometimes this is so overwhelming because this isn't your wheelhouse, so you don't know where to begin, who to trust. If you have questions, you can reach out to our team. But this may be a good time in 2021 to make sure that you are protecting yourself legally through a will, a healthcare proxy, and a power of attorney that also can go along and complement the beneficiaries that are designated on your 403B. So if you need help establishing your will or reviewing your will because it's been years, there's some big things that you may want to check in there. Maybe you started a will 10, 15 years ago and you had family members listed. Maybe they've become estranged or somebody's passed away or you've had more children. Reviewing your estate documents is a great thing that you should be doing every year just to make sure things are lined up the way that you want it to be, that money would be going to the people you want it to go to. And you also have to realize too that whatever is in your will, your beneficiary designations will supersede what's in your will. So you want to make sure those things match. So whoever you want to have listed as your beneficiary designation, make sure that it's written in your will the same exact way and that there's not a difference between the two. Again, if you need help, you can reach out to our team. We'll have our contact information at the end of this video. These are the things that we can help you put together to make sure that you're on the right track. Check number three, you're doing great. Let's review our insurances. This is going to be your life and your auto. In the last segment, we just talked about how important it is to have beneficiary designations listed on your 403B account. These are going to be individuals, a spouse, children that are dependent upon you financially. One way to supplement coverage if something should ever happen to you is through life insurance. If you currently own life insurance, whether it's term, universal life, some kind of insurance, make sure you check the coverages that you had. If you've had a life change in 2020, whether you got married, had another child, some kind of life event, maybe it would be appropriate to increase the amount of insurance coverage you have to make sure that if something, God forbid, should happen to you, those that are dependent upon you are still taken care of. But you also want to check things like your auto insurance. If you have an insurance agent that you use or a third-party vendor, you may want to consider calling them and reviewing the current coverages that you have, see if you're available for any kind of additional discounts, because everyone's trying to win your business when it comes to home and auto. So it's good to check your rates, find out what you're paying, find ways to save money. So you want to make sure in check number three that you look at the insurances that you have, make sure they're appropriate, and see if maybe there's some ways to save money on things that you may be able to save money on. So check number four, Let's review our other service professionals that we use. A great way to maybe save some extra money is to review things like your cell phone, your TV plan, review that bill, see if there's anything in there that maybe you're paying for that you're not sure what it is, and make some phone calls. I have found personally in my life that many times if I call a service provider that I use, again, I am a consumer. They need to win my business. So if I call and I say, is there any way that I could be saving money on my bill? Or maybe I have services that I'm not taking advantage of, especially when it comes to things like TV. If you're somebody that's still subscribed to having television, whether you have the box in your home or you stream it online, many of us use third party TV apps today to watch movies and television shows. You may not even realize because of things like auto payment, all the money that we're spending on duplicated entertainment resources that you may be able to cut one or two or cut back or reduce the plan in order to save some extra money, right? The biggest thing that we want to talk about is how can you control what you can control? And one of the things you can control is what you're paying for the services that you have. Review things like your cell phone bill. Look at the charges that are being put on there. And if anything sticks out or doesn't look right, call the service provider. I have sometimes found many times that I was paying for things I didn't need. You can look at things like your gym membership. Are you still using the gym? Are you doing at-home workouts? Because of COVID this last year and quarantining, many of you may still be paying for gym memberships and you haven't gone in 6, 7, 8 months. It's a good time to consider, do I need to continue to pay this or am I doing things at home and taking care of my body? So check number 4 is review the service professionals that you have. Make some phone calls. Unfortunately, you may be on the phone for 10, 15 minutes waiting for customer service, but if it can save you a little bit of money every single month stacked on top of each other, that may be a way to put some real money back in your pocket. All right, check number 5. This is the last one. Let's check our credit reports. Under the Fair Credit and Reporting Act, each of the national credit reporting agencies is required to provide you with a free copy of your credit report upon request every 12 months. You can check your report at annualcreditreport.com. There are so many commercials out there about checking your credit report. This is a way that can lead to a lot of suspicious activity if you're not aware of it. So you want to check your report every year, make sure it looks healthy. As you continue to pay down debts or remove credit cards from your account, that can help raise your score. So you want to continue to make on-time payments. And if you're struggling to make ends meet or you have questions about the debt that you have, this is a great time to talk to a financial professional to evaluate the expenses in your life, the debts that you have, looking at the various interest rates. Are they variable? Are they fixed? What's your monthly payment? And really begin to snowball debt in a way that can set you up for great success in 2021. So a great way is to review your credit report, but also to start taking management and discipline over the debt in your life. Because again, those are monthly payments that have to come out every single month and can be robbing you of doing the things that you want to do. So as always, if you have questions and you're a UHS Credit Union member, you can talk with one of our fee-only financial planners. They offer a first no cost, no obligation meeting. This can help you assess things like your cash flow, your monthly expenses, your 403B, the life insurances that you have, putting your life in order. So this is a big thing that you may want to do heading into the new year is set up this meeting for January to make sure that 2021 is the most successful financial year for you yet. Sad to say, this is going to be our last video before the end of the year. So for our entire staff at Seed Planning Group, we want to wish you a happy holidays and a happy and healthy new year. Thanks for all you do.